Bitcoin native asset market cap right now is around 2 billion. Like this number on Ethereum is around 350 billion. On Solana, it's around 150 billion. We're talking about a $2 billion asset class that has potential to go to like 200 billion.
Binari, how are you?
Hello.
Congratulations on your big day yesterday. It was yesterday that the block popped that BRC 2.0. Monday. We're on Wednesday.
Yeah, we scheduled for Tuesday, but it ended up like coming around like 20 hours earlier, the blocks.
I was going to say, I told all the journalists Tuesday, I was helping with press, this is now like a new trend, right? Like the journalists can't work around the block pops. When things go mainnet on a block, they have to watch the block clock with like everyone else and like set the articles to go live when the block pops. So.
Yeah, it's like using another time machine, using another
Bitcoin
clock.
is its own time machine.
Yeah. That's many people like miss. It's like it's an invention. Like, okay, there's like the Bitcoin, the asset, but it's also a clock. It's crazy that not many people understand, but it's like a very different clock.
It's a very different clock.
That's fascinating.
It's a whole new understanding of time. It's a new like way of thinking about time.
Yeah, you can. It's like, it's an ordering machine.
Yeah. That doesn't adhere to seconds and minutes.
Yes, it has its own thing.
It has its own.
But it's very physical.
Very physical. Yeah.
So that's also like beautiful. It's like it's related with physics directly.
It's true.
Like physics and mathematics. And it works. It's crazy.
It's crazy. So how was the launch? So how was BRC 2.0? So, and just to kind of give a little bit of context for you. So you're the CEO of Best in Slot, who also, by the way, are my primary partners on the pod. So I am so excited to be here. I feel like this has been a long time.
It's been a long time together.
Exactly. Yes. We've been meaning to do this for a very long time. I'm actually in Turkey, where you're from, to make this happen. So that's extra exciting. We're on your home court. But BRC, we'll get into a little bit of the history of how Best in Slot, your company, got involved with BRC20. But to date, the company's sort of biggest contribution to BRC20 is almost certainly BRC 2.0, which hit mainnet on Monday night. So yeah, how's that all going? How's everything been going since?
Yeah, so a lot's been going on. So there has been many things happening because we're also helping a lot of projects. One goal was to like have a minimum viable ecosystem at launch. And what is that? Like have a way to launch tokens or have a way to trade those tokens. It's like a minimum viable.
Like the basics
protocol.
for a DeFi. Basics for a DeFi economy.
Exactly.
What do you need? You need,
token issuance. And ways to trade the tokens.
That's the minimal viable ecosystem.
Exactly.
So who's doing that? Who are the projects that perform that role for BRC 2.0?
From the get-go, we didn't expect this much attention to start with. Okay,
you didn't? Come on!
I mean, it's
so much hype around this.
We hoped.
Yes.
But our initial perspective was like, even if nobody uses it, we're just gonna build a lot of products on top of it, like ourselves.
Right.
So
that's just a emotionally healthy way to approach building.
Exactly, because I see many blockchains, many protocols like launch and then it goes down.
And then they get like upset and they fall apart and they go
away.
Like
nobody thinks about, like everybody gets stuck with the tech side of things too much, like all these layer 2s and stuff. But at the end of the day, it's about business. Like who's the users? What do users want? And how do we provide those?
100%.
Like people want to use applications on Bitcoin. Like the demand is there. It's obvious. But like there isn't much to do. And even like people are so hungry to Bitcoin applications that they are even like using all these centralized products that popping up around runes and stuff.
Of course, yeah.
It's like the hunger level is so high that people are okay with centralized applications being marketed as dApps.
Yeah.
It's horrible, but
pretty sketch.
It tells something.
Right. It means like, there's demand for dApps.
People want to use their Bitcoin in Bitcoin applications.
Okay, so real quick, so maybe give like a little TLDR of what BRC 2.0 is, right? Because in sort of how it enables these dApps, right? And we can kind of talk about that. Because BRC20, has this, amazing reputation, first Bitcoin native token standard ever on Bitcoin. But you couldn't do DeFi with it really in any significant way. And this was sort of a hindrance for a very long time. Until kind of you guys came along and came up with this idea. So share, please.
Okay. So I'm going to start with ordinals a little bit to like fully paint the picture.
Great.
Okay. So with ordinals is like it's a protocol that you put something on Bitcoin blockchain and then we can like send it to each other, right? In this case, pictures, collections, art. And it opened the door to permissionally build on Bitcoin, okay? Because it didn't need a permission.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I should go way further back now, but I left Bitcoin ecosystem and moved on to Ethereum back in 2016 because of all the like toxicity and like we can't do anything, and people who wanted to build on Bitcoin was banished from the Bitcoin community.
Yeah. So you were in Bitcoin way back when, and you wanted to build on Bitcoin years ago, but it just was not culturally or technically
I played
viable.
all the games in crypto. I started in 2011 with mining.
Mm-hmm.
And then I moved on to like, I played all the shitcoin games back then. Mm-hmm. I mined Dogecoin in the first block.
This is like pre-Ethereum even.
Yeah. Like all the master coins, dark coins, like Monero stuff. Like I lived that wave as well.
Okay.
But it wasn't like, the idea was out there, like having applications on blockchains, but it didn't happen.
Well, until Ethereum, I guess.
Until Ethereum, exactly.
Right.
Like,
and so then, I mean, were you pretty compelled by the idea of Ethereum when it happened?
When it happened, I wasn't around.
Okay. Oh, you took a break.
I got hit with the not your keys, not your coins thing. And I was like, fuck crypto. Like I was super pissed and I rage quit.
This is why we're decentralization self-custody maxis now.
Like I basically left all my coins on an exchange. It was called Crypsy.
Oh.
And then like,
poof.
Yeah, poof.
Yeah, poof.
And then I was like, okay, I don't want to do anything with crypto again.
Okay, so you were out for a few years.
Like a one year.
1 year. And then what drew you back?
And then, okay, so I learned about Ethereum in Burning Man in a crypto camp.
Oh.
There was a crypto camp in Burning Man. And
which camp?
Do
you remember? Was it like...
It wasn't there's a crypto psychedelic.
There's like an Ethereum camp.
But there was like I don't remember the name of the camp.
Okay.
But it's not the crypto psychedelic.
It's not like the one where
camp.
like all the consensus people hang out.
Yes.
It is that one.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. And I remember like Gupta, I forgot his full name. Anyways, like there were a lot of talks around Ethereum and the energy was like crazy high. They were like, we can do this, like we're gonna fix the world.
Right.
Like, but in like a much strong way.
A lot
of young people were also there, like my age. In like, it was different than Bitcoin. The energy was very different. I didn't live that before.
Okay.
Kind of.
Okay.
But it was more like a builder.
Yes.
Builder.
It's
not
builder.
About
it
money.
Was the builder focus.
Not about like much about like philosophy or like money.
Yeah.
It was about applications.
Right.
Because I enjoy designing applications. Back then, like back those years, I had a Web2 company. We were building digital products again, but like Web2 products, not crypto products.
And that was the point. That was like the entire point. So everyone who was going to Ethereum at that time wanted to build something. They wanted to build some kind of application on Ethereum.
Yes.
Okay.
But I didn't build much. I just played the games.
Okay.
I participated in everything.
So then were you basically like in the Ethereum ecosystem, like playing around and building until Ordinals happened?
Yes. Like
pretty much.
Yes, pretty much. We launched the company with my co-founder. So with my co-founder, we were doing a lot of like bots and like sniping things, arbitrage bots, like those kind of
for
stuff
Ethereum.
On Ethereum in like DeFi protocols for NFTs.
Okay. And then Ordinals happens.
Before that, we launched the company, and the vision was like, okay, like this NFTs and DeFi, there will be like billions and billions of transactions in the future. Like in a couple of years,
Right.
this is gonna scale to 1000x.
Inshallah.
Like in around like 2021, was the vision.
Okay.
So first we built an indexer.
Okay.
We built a very cutting edge indexer.
Ethereum indexer.
Yeah, an EVM,
An
like
EVM
for all the
indexer.
Ethereum chains, like Ethereum and everything.
And what does that mean really quickly? Like TLDR, what is it?
You know, like you have all these events happening. Okay, like I transfer you an NFT, for example. That's a very simple. Or like an NFT sale happens.
Right.
Or in DeFi, someone deposits into Aave.
Right.
And like that has a liquidation price, for example. Like all these data, like there's a lot of events. And like organizing this data is a work just in itself. And it's not a like easy thing.
Right.
Especially when you have when you're building for billions of these transactions.
Right.
That was it wasn't a product to satisfy today's needs.
Right.
But to build for, okay, like we're going to build the best indexer.
And Domo, actually, I remember he had told me that one of the reasons he was interested in working with you guys and kind of believed in you guys as a team was largely because of your indexing experience with Ethereum. And he recognized that you guys were highly talented with indexing and aggregation.
Yeah.
So then Ordinals happens. You jump on the train.
Happens.
Yeah.
You want to go personal? Where I was while that was happening.
Whatever you want to share.
So we weren't working much. We just built it. We were thinking about, okay, what do we build next? Like we're playing with it. We built a Chrome application and stuff, but whatever. And then I went to India for 6 weeks.
Okay.
And then in India, I was joining to these ceremonies and stuff. And then in one of those, I had it's like, okay, you don't gonna travel anymore. You're gonna go home and you're gonna work.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got the download.
I got the download. I'm like,
okay.
I'm okay. I go home. And while I'm flying, I see some messages from our crypto groups, and people are talking about ordinals. My friend is rushing to his home to build a Bitcoin node. And he's like, I need to mint sub 1K. And then he mints sub 2Ks and stuff. And then I'm in this in another way. I just came out from India, 6 weeks of spiritual stuff all the time. And I'm like, what is this crypto thing? Why are we doing this?
Yeah.
I'm
You're not
questioning.
in degen mode.
Well, it's not in degen mode at all. But then it's at 1 a.m.,
But
3
did
days.
You feel the passion?
No, not while I was looking, while I was flying back, I didn't. But then my friend calls 2 days later in the house and at 1 a.m. and he's like, Eril, why are you not looking into this? You have to. Because there is this sense in all Bitcoin people that we can't do anything on Bitcoin. Right?
And you're all trying to get home. You're all trying to go home to Bitcoin if it's possible.
No,
right?
no. It wasn't even I didn't own any Bitcoin before.
You didn't care at that point.
I didn't even I was full on Ethereum.
You were checked out.
And I checked
Bitcoin.
out fully.
Okay.
Fully.
Okay.
I'm gonna be open.
But what was his pitch for why you need to check this out? What did he think was so special about
He thought that the protocol was really beautiful.
It is.
And he was also similar, past. He was also in crypto in more than 10 years.
Right.
So he's like, you need to look at this.
This is an unusually special thing.
Yes.
Basically was the idea.
Yes,
it's rare something like this happen.
And then he's like, just read the paper.
Just
it's amazing. Read the Ordinals hand.
It's brilliant.
Yes.
Brilliant.
And I read it and I'm like, whoa, this is actually beautiful.
Pretty interesting.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Not
elegant.
a very elegant.
Yes. Casey is an elegant
protocol.
Yes, correct.
Exactly. It's simple. It works. It's easy to understand. And the most important thing, it's it's a new way of building things in the crypto space.
It's a new way of thinking about using Bitcoin, the chain.
Not just the Bitcoin. It's a new way of
thinking
building
about crypto
things
general.
in Web3 world.
You think so?
Yeah, it's because it's okay, the data is on chain.
Yeah.
It's ordered. So that's what
Right.
Ordinals does. Like
Right.
it's ordered data.
Right.
Bitcoin orders the data.
But can you do that on Ethereum? Can you put the data on chain? I
Yeah,
thought
you
that
can do
Bitcoin was unusually, available for that level of data availability because of the 4 megabyte blocks and the,
It's suits much more perfectly. Like we
It-
can come to
it's
that.
better for
Yes,
Bitcoin than it is. It doesn't work as well on
Yes.
Ethereum. This
Yes, exactly,
style of
exactly.
DA.
It does
Yeah.
like you don't.
There's no on-chain, really. It's harder to put that much data on-chain on Ethereum. Substantially harder.
True.
Yes.
But the point is, it's like, okay, we're going to put the data on Bitcoin, and then Bitcoin will do its own time machine thing and order the data.
Yeah.
And then we're going to use this canonical indexer to make sense of that data.
Right. And the canonical indexer for each protocol, meaning like the canonical BRC20 indexer, the canonical ordinals indexer created by Casey, etc.
Yes. I mean, normally what you have is like a spec sheet, but with protocols, you have like a specification sheet.
Right.
Okay. And then people write their own indexers, let's say.
Right.
Okay. But for example, in the Ethereum world, like there is validation happening as well because everybody runs their different thing. Everybody's trying to follow the spec sheet.
Right.
But this is another way of approaching protocols. And it's like very valid and it just like works beautifully. It's like you say, this is the canonical indexer.
Right. It's open source.
And what it means is like, you're welcome to build your own indexers, but whatever it calculates, it needs to match this one.
Right. And if it doesn't, it's just a different protocol.
If it doesn't, it's not working properly.
or it's right. It's either not working or you have to like fix it. But like as a practical matter, it's like a different way of ordering the data is just out of spec for this protocol. It's just not the protocol.
Yes. So moving forward, like Ordinals has a canonical indexer, and then it makes sense. And I talked to my co-founder, like
C#.
Yeah. And he's a Ethereum maxi. And he's like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's like, we're not going to build on Bitcoin. You can't do anything on Bitcoin. What are you talking about?
Did he read the paper?
Huh?
Was he
No, I sent him, like, read this. And I'm going to come next to you because I live in another city in Turkey.
Oh, you went and you were we're going to talk about
We're going to talk. We recorded that talk. It's a 3-hour talk. I'm like, this talk is going to be important in the future. I'm going to record it. I put the phone.
I want to listen. Oh my gosh.
We can put it out at some point.
We're going to have to work
and
with
then
that.
we talk for 3 hours.
Okay.
And I tell him the history because he didn't know much. And I'm like, look, this is big. Because there has been many people who wanted to build on Bitcoin, but like everybody went on to the other things.
They thought it wasn't possible.
Now like Ordinals is like a big and then a lot of people will come back. Like there will be a lot of users.
Yeah.
There will be a lot of builders.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna come alive.
And it did.
It's the first week of Ordinals. And this thing requires an indexer, which we built for the last 8 months.
Right.
A very cutting edge one.
Yeah.
So it dropped onto our lap.
So you're ready to go.
Yes, we were like ready to go.
But Casey already had an Ordinals. And I mean, there's already a canonical Ordinals indexer created by Casey. So that was not going to be what you were going to do. You were really got in the game when BRC20 happened a few months later.
So when we talked, it's like, okay, what's the first step? My co-founder was like, okay, I'm going to repurpose our indexer for Bitcoin and Ordinals.
Okay.
That's what he wanted to do.
Okay. All right. And we're going to,
and then we
hope
started
Casey cares.
So we started to watch everything, not just Ordinals, but all Bitcoin transactions. Like everything, like whatever happens on Bitcoin, we started to watch.
Yeah.
And then
track.
sats popped up, for example.
This was the key thing.
The first meta protocol on top of Ordinals is sats names.
Yes. It's like domains.
That kind of like, it's like domains, like ETH names.
This was Domo's inspiration.
Exactly.
This is why BRC20 happened, little known history. Yeah.
That burned a fire in me and my co-founder as well.
Right.
Because we were
everyone.
wait a second.
Right.
Like
there's more here than monkey pictures.
Yeah, like, okay, like this is another thing. It's not just ordinals and NFTs anymore. It's like, okay, when we started to like watch it, like we were watching we watched from like the first name that was registered, and like we started to index those as well. And then we like, okay, we wanted to launch an aggregator for NFTs.
And what is an aggregator?
An aggregator is like aggregates all the price data volumes
into a front end,
multiple, and then like into a front
and
end,
then presents it,
and then you can trade it from like one interface.
Okay, great, yeah, okay? Makes sense.
So that was the original plan for like Ethereum NFTs. So it was already like in our minds,
right?
And that's why the company is called Best in Slot as well. Best in Slot is a gaming term. It means, like, for example, like you have a ring, right? In the game world, like some rings gives you like +8 magical power, let's say, whatever.
Okay.
So for certain character builds, you have an item that is best for that slot.
Oh.
It's called BIS items. Best in slot items.
Best in slot
and
items.
And it connects with the sense that like all the gaming items will be represented as NFTs. Like, and again, economies will merge with each other. Metaverses will merge with each other.
Okay.
Like crypto enables that, basically, like meshing of all these digital worlds in economic ways into each other.
So it's like ultimate connection.
Yeah, it's
kind of the reference.
Yes, everything becomes interoperable.
Okay.
That's where we're going.
Okay. So Sats names happens. You're like, okay, this is not just the NFT monkey pictures. There's going to be meta protocols with an S built on this thing.
Yes. That was the first, like, okay. And then like 1 month later or like 2 weeks later, something like
BRC20 happened.
20.
Yeah, because Jomo saw that and then started building, basically. Yeah.
And
then
the first 3 days, we dismiss.
BRC20?
First 3 days we dismiss because it's stupid.
And people were pissed it was clogging up the Explorer and it was like making the Explorer ugly and stuff.
So like, yeah, but we were like, no, it was more like it's stupid in the sense that like we have all these Ethereum complex, like a machine.
Right.
And we've spent so much time in there. So our brains are used to do things in the Ethereum way.
Okay.
But BRC20 is like a very simple way.
Which is actually, it's brilliant.
So we dismissed it. In the first days, we were like, this is stupid. But because we are monitoring everything that happens on chain.
But the brilliance of it is the simplicity, actually.
Yeah.
Pros and cons.
Yeah.
Trade-offs. Yeah.
I mean, like, we launched Best in Slot, the Explorer, the aggregator, and we were like, okay, we're going to support all the Bitcoin native assets. We weren't calling them Bitcoin native assets.
You weren't calling them that yet.
Yeah.
No.
But
you saw it and you were like, we've got to integrate.
Yeah, we're gonna be a nice explorer and aggregator.
We're gonna include this thing. This thing is relevant. We're gonna include it.
So C# sits in 2 days. He again like repurposes some parts of the indexer to index the BRC20.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember like on Friday, so it starts on like Monday or something. On Friday we release. Like we both work nonstop in that week.
Uh-huh.
And we released BRC20. We were like the second company that releases like BRC20 after Uniswap.
Okay. You mean like, so the tokens are available, you can like trade that?
Not trading. We were just like, okay, indexing, you can see your balances. You can like,
you can interact.
You can interact with it, etc.
Okay.
And then it's like Ordinals wallet called, like, who are you guys? We want to buy you. Like, whatever. I'm like, slow down, like, jump in. Like, we have a lot of things to do. And then it's like, and then like 2 hours later, like David Bailey messages, hey, we want to meet with you.
Hell yeah.
And then like we had like a bunch of other messages from all around the
bigwigs,
Bitcoin ecosystem.
Right.
And we were like, okay, like,
we're doing something right. This is
gonna go much, much bigger. Like we felt back then.
Yes.
And in the early days, we were also aware that if market accepts this BRC20 approach, we can make this thing programmable.
Okay, so how quickly did you figure that out?
It took us like 3 months, 4 months.
So like
after
early on.
Very early on.
You were like, this is a thing. And it was C#?
Because like we have a super deep understanding of Ethereum,
right?
A super deep understanding of Bitcoin.
Right.
And we spent almost 1.5 years by then in developing indexer technologies.
Okay, right. So you understood every piece of the puzzle.
We understand everything.
Right. That would be needed for this.
Yes. And we were like, it's actually possible.
And just for clarity for folks who are listening, because I remember the first time I heard this idea. So was C#, or maybe it was just sort of combined between you, but like essentially the idea is, okay, an indexer is essentially a calculator for BRC20 specifically, essentially this like calculator that's calculating the state of BRC20 transactions at any given time. What if you could embed a VM, and specifically EVM in this case, into the calculator so that you could do more sophisticated programmatic transactions at the indexer level that's calculating the state of BRC20?
Yes. I mean, we didn't went right in like that, but we were like, what if we can do it?
By the time I heard the idea, it was fleshed out that much.
Yes.
Which was probably, well over a year ago. It was at least a year and a half ago. It was well before the Alkanes boys were talking about it. And I was in pretty close touch with them because I was working with them at the time. But then, I think very quickly, and it's interesting, we'll get into the whole kind of unique ways that you guys are architecting this. But yeah, so continue with the story.
Seeing the potential, we like, okay, like we took a company decision. With my co-founder, basically, okay, we're gonna double down on BRC20. And
you took
like
a
early.
Small investment from UTXO management to do this, but you haven't taken much investment.
No. It's like we only raised like 1.4 million
this whole time.
Yeah,
which is wild because, most people who are in the ecosystem building game not only raise, but feel that they have to raise quite a bit of money to build out these ecosystems and create the resources available for these ecosystems. Maybe we'll circle back to that. But why did you decide when you had this sort of big opportunity? I'm sure there were other investors who are interested in getting in the game. Why didn't you take more investor money?
Everybody wanted tokens. We didn't like go to investors, but we had a lot of inflow. Like I talked to more than 45 investors. Only 4 of them were like, do whatever you want. Here's the money. UTXO, Sora, Vital Bridge, Hybrid.
That's it.
Yeah.
Everyone else was like, we need a token more in, or we're not going to do it. Pretty much.
Yeah. Be like, look, if we have a token in the future, like we're gonna make you happy.
Yeah.
Okay. Because like in crypto, the motto is make your early users happy. It applies to make your early investors happy as well. Like if you're building a product and you're not like thinking in terms of those, like it's not gonna work.
No, correct.
Yeah.
So you didn't take much investment money, but you were like, we're gonna build this, and then you have like an actual business model. You guys make money, which is also very unusual.
Yeah, we launched the first API services for Bitcoin native assets,
right? And so you have subscribers.
Power like right now, like Xverse, like we provide them services, Ladder, couple marketplaces. A lot of startups, Liquidium.
Right.
Like we power many applications.
You're the indexer, basically, and the aggregator.
Yeah, everybody uses business lot data.
Right.
Like if something happens somehow to business lot, a lot of applications will stop.
Right. You are an infra provider, ultimately, to the entire Bitcoin assets universe.
I think I can talk more openly about that since we executed already. It was more like a strategical move for us because in the Meta protocol world, if your data is being consumed, let's put it like this. The more your data is being consumed, the more power you have.
Of course, it makes total sense.
Okay?
Right.
So
And we experienced this
specifically
firsthand.
focused on providing an API service. So our data propagates.
Well, and we experienced this together. And I think now we're getting into some of the juicy, meatier parts of the story of how you really started to formally join Domo, which was, when it was Casey was about to change the Ordinals indexer, which would have an impact on inscription numbers. And there was sort of a debate between Domo and Unisat about which indexer to follow. And this became quite complex because Unisat had a lot of data consumers.
Exactly.
And so the man who has the greatest data consumers actually has the power to make decisions about the protocol ultimately.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that ultimately all worked out, including the inclusion of you guys into the organization and even, my involvement at some level. But ultimately, that was the thing that created that kind of fork in the road for BRC20, I would say.
Yes.
All right, guys, I want to take a quick break to thank you for watching and remind you to click the follow button on my profile if you want more Bitcoin technical deep dives like this. I also want to give a shout out to my partners for making the show possible. My leading partner, Best in Slot, just released the programmability module for BRC20, making the execution of smart contracts possible for the protocol. I know that's been long awaited by the BRC20 community. Alongside this release, Best in Slot put out what is arguably the most sophisticated DEX for trading Bitcoin native assets called Coin Cooker, which I also highly recommend checking out if you want to dive into the BRC20 trading game and get started executing smart contracts on Bitcoin. I'd also like to thank Cetrea, building one of the leading implementations of a BitVN-style bridge for Bitcoin. Cetrea is building what I think could become the canonical Bitcoin rollup, enabling programmability, scaling. Really anything is possible with a trust minimized bridge, which is the unique value prop of these BitVM-style rollups on Bitcoin. Lastly, I'm thrilled to announce my newest partner, Spark, which is the leading state chains protocol on Bitcoin. State chains builds upon what was made possible by the Lightning Network for payments, but without the liquidity constraints and the UX challenges that often make self-custodial Lightning impractical. Spark is also led by one of the leading payments infrastructure teams on the planet, including founders from PayPal, Facebook. They're incredibly well positioned to turn Bitcoin into a true institutional standard for payment systems around the world, and I couldn't be more excited to support what they're up to. All right, on that note, let's get back to the show. Okay, so that's actually a really good place for us to talk about your formal connection with BRC20. So you're providing these BRC20 infrastructure products. I assume your relationship with Domo is developing. I mean, do you remember when how your relationship with
you
were talking the whole time?
Yeah.
And he liked you guys, obviously, and was impressed with your work. How did this sort of come up? I mean, we talk about the, kind of BRC20 fork wars is kind of a joke of a term, but that's sort of what I called it at the time for press. But what was the vibe around then? How is your version of the story of how you became formally involved and co-maintainers of BRC20 with Domo and Unisat?
Yeah. So in those drama, BRC20 drama days.
Yeah.
I remember very clearly, because it was like a relationship problem.
Yes.
Because
communication issues.
The communication is in text most of the time. Very different cultures, Chinese culture, Domo in Canada.
Right.
And and I was also practicing all these relationship work,
we bonded about this.
Yeah, expressing yourself, your emotions, etc. And I was Unisat thinks they are cheated. Domo thinks Unisat is wanna just
take over.
Yeah. But it wasn't the case in both. They had...
It was a miscommunication.
It was they had, he wants to hurt me. He wants to hurt me.
They had stories in their heads.
Yeah, that's how
that's how all conflict happens.
Yeah, that's how governments start fighting each other.
But it is a communication problem.
Yes.
Because it's I have a story in my head and I'm not able or willing to communicate with you about it in a way that is both honest and kind and compassionate enough that you can hear me and we can talk through it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I put my skills this time, not with my woman, but
with my
business partner.
I mean, we share this in common. Nonviolent communication for the win. For the win. Highly recommend
because
for business.
We had all these like Telegram groups, like with Uniswap, with Domo, and like all other like players back then. And it's like, I'm like, okay, like Lorenzo, like this is the situation. And I'm also like talking to Domo, like this is the situation. So I played the moderator.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then,
so
but it was also like,
doing that before the formal, you were invited, you were already playing moderator.
Of course, we fixed a lot of things in the behind. Like no one runs their checks and stuff. Like the Bitcoin products and companies, like the security checks weren't very much in place back then. But my co-founder is an information security professional. Like he does penetration tests and stuff. So we have a lot of like systems in behind that checks the balances,
right?
All the other necessary things. And that when there were like balance mismatches between different companies, we were like, hey, like your indexer is like wrong, or like your indexer is wrong. So we were sitting in the middle of everything from very, very early days. We weren't just like much public in the eyes. We were like, okay, we're gonna.
But Domo's watching this, obviously, and Unisat is too, right? Unisat and Domo are obviously involved with you in this informal way, and there's sort of this informal relationship developing.
Another thing back then was like Unisat thought they were the only data provider. But then we're like, hey, you need to sit and talk with us because we power like this 50 other companies.
Right.
So like we need to play together.
Right.
Let's play together.
Right. Right. That's right.
Yeah. And we proved ourselves. Like we fixed so many things before, like without like.
There's so many ways you can help each other, basically.
Exactly.
It's better to just join forces.
But back then, like the game became a little bit more clear. Okay, like BRC20 needs a canonical indexer.
Right.
Like a good open source indexer. Unisat had one, but it wasn't simple to run, let's say.
Right. And it wasn't really designed with the ethos of the canonical indexer in mind.
It's not a product. It's like hey, if you want to do an indexer, like here's an example.
Yeah.
But it's not an open source standalone indexer in itself.
Right. Which is what we needed.
Yes. So we focused our efforts to build that because, again, we already had it, actually. So we released OPI, Open Protocol Indexer, which...
Open source BRC20 indexer.
Which brought another wave of investors that wanted to slap a token on top of it. And it was like a lot of like A-tier investors.
And I remember you guys like kind of debating that and trying to like, should we do this? Is there some way to like make this work? Could a token power this thing? But you ultimately decided against it.
Yes. We basically said like no to around $10 million because it was gonna
screw up the incentives.
It wasn't gonna work.
Yeah.
Like the canonical indexer model that Ordinals have, it's simple, beautiful, and work. You don't need a validation mechanism.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
So what does the token do then?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. It would be a farce. It would be yes.
So so I'm telling you this stuff because it's like a normal team, like a Web3 team that comes into the space,
right?
They would like do it,
right?
So here, I don't know if you gonna cut this part and
to
stuff.
You guys.
The investors that we talked to that wanted to put tokens on OPI went ahead, found a team, and funded them. And guess which team is that? Can we share?
You are welcome to share whatever you want.
Yeah, Arch team. Investors of Arch are the people that we talked to. They wanted to force a protocol token. And when they can't do it, they went ahead, found a team, funded them. Arch Network is that token is a VC token.
Interesting.
And it's like, I'm just going to openly talk about this stuff because it's like they see the demand applications on Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And they want to extract.
Yeah. Well, of course. Yeah.
The investors. There's a lot of
The
people.
investors want to try. Right. Yeah. Right.
We took a more philosophically driven decision, basically, because it's like, I always say it, like the dream has always been programmable money on Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Like that has been the dream.
Right.
And we were in this like, okay, do we take money and like, do we take these couple million and like do something with it? Or like, do we like play for the glory and fame?
Play for the glory of the and like, and also sustainability, right? Because the truth of the matter is like that game is doomed to fail within a certain number of years.
Yeah.
Right. Because there's no trust. You can't have trust in that game. Right. Eventually, the retail will get dumped on, right? And it'll be, and the token price will fall and it'll be a problem.
And then it's like a token is not needed also. It's like, it's not needed.
But the only reason a token ever makes sense is if it is needed. That's the only way you can prop up demand for a token long term.
Yeah.
It needs to be needed. If it's not needed, then it's literally just going to go up and down. And
it's not just that also. It's like it makes the protocol itself 10 times more complex.
Yeah, because you're adding, like, it's like fitting a square peg into a round hole.
It can be like a very beautiful, simple product like Ordinals.
Right.
That's what we try to do with BRC 2.0.
Right.
Make a simple, beautiful product that it's just once you release it, it lives forever. You can't stop it. There is no validators. There is no multi-sig.
Yep.
There's no whatever. It's a pure protocol like Ordinals itself.
Ultimately, like, you guys could get hit by cars tomorrow and it would be not that hard for somebody to just let it live on.
No, it just leaves.
It just goes.
Like best in slot goes today.
Right. Like if Casey...
Anybody can keep building.
Right. Like if Casey disappeared tomorrow, same with Ordinals, right? That's the ideal situation, right? As the protocol, like, just lives.
Exactly. And then another thing is like, I, as a product builder, it's like I launched a lot of products that no one cared. Okay, before like many.
Okay, and before.
So I did many, like a couple companies before.
Yeah, you've been through the ringer.
Yeah. But like the most important thing in crypto is you either build a cult or you build for the cults. I don't know how to build a cult. I'm not very good at that.
But you know how to build for the cult.
Yes, exactly.
Smart.
That's why we didn't wanted to launch BRC 2.0 as a standalone protocol, but we wanted to evolve BRC20 itself.
You were like, let's give people want this. Let's give the people what they want. They want to use BRC20s in more expressive ways.
Yes.
Let's make it happen.
Exactly.
So,
and also Ordinals itself.
Right. And Ordinals itself.
Yeah, like BRC 2.0 is Ordinals aware.
Right. So you can interact with Ordinals on the index.
Yes, you can form a DAO with your Ordinals collections leveraging BRC 2.0, for example. Like your puppets can become voting
puppets.
Yes, voting puppets. Like you can have little votes of yes and no puppets, you know? That's the art part. But this can be a fully on-chain Bitcoin DAO.
Right.
That was another dream from the Bitcoin ecosystems. Ethereum DAOs, it was like the dream from the Bitcoin era. Like,
was it?
Yes.
Why?
So it got enabled with Ethereum.
Okay.
You know, like.
But what, people were really into DAOs on Bitcoin back in the day?
It wasn't even called DAO, I think.
But it was just like the concept of like truly decentralized, like voting governance mechanisms.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because, Bitcoin is quite political.
Right.
So like people... Like
they're anarchistic. They wanted like voting mechanisms that were,
So another thing BRC 2.0 and this Ordinals awareness is enables DAOs, for example. Finally, it's been more than 10 years.
Bitcoin.
Yes, DAOs on Bitcoin. DAO tokens on Bitcoin, voting mechanisms, all kinds of staking and voting power games. Like all these stuff are coming now in the next, like, let's say couple months, 3 months, 6 months.
Okay,
like
so
we're going to see a lot of these stuff.
So we have now we have, as of 48 hours ago, basically, we have programmable BRC20, BRC 2.0. Yeah. So like who's using this right now? Like who are like right out the gate? Like what's being built? Like what do you think will be built in the next 1 to 3 years?
Sure.
Yeah. Let's paint the picture of what this means.
Okay. So So apparently, like we provide a lot of developer tooling for now. So we can approach from consumer products and developer tooling.
And that's a big part of the ecosystem building practices that you're engaging with, is developing builder tooling, like helping developers build easier. Yeah.
So we currently have like an Explorer, an easy way to deploy smart contracts, into an easy way to interact.
And you built this all in advance of the launch. I mean, you kind of were ready to go with this, which is important.
We tested it on the testnet for 6 months.
Yeah, right. This was important. When people ask, like, why did it take so long? Because that's a question, too. I mean, it was like a year and a half of getting this thing off the ground. People were like, where is it? Like, Allocanes is already here and go, But this is why.
Yeah.
This is why. Because you wanted to launch it ready to go to some certain extent. And then there's more to grow from
Minimum viable protocol. That's
minimum viable protocol. Nice callback. Okay.
From the developer tooling, we already have some tooling, and we are launching BRC20.build this week also.
Okay.
Like a website fully focused on building applications on BRC20 and how it works, how the indexer works, like when someone asks where do I start, right now we've been sending them like multiple GitHub links.
Okay.
Now we're just gonna send like BRC20.build.
Right. Now we're gonna have like, it's like a book. It's like a fully flashed, here's your builder book.
Exactly. We also have we're gonna list the audits. BRC 2.0 audits has finished. Everything works perfectly. We don't have any critical or high importance things.
Great.
We're gonna keep on with the audits and stuff.
Yeah, continue. Yeah.
And then from the product's perspective, so right now, we are building our own products.
Yeah.
It's we worked this hard. Now we're gonna play ourselves.
You guys should get some of the benefit of building these. You didn't do this just for charity.
Yeah. So
build your own products.
One of the products that we're launching, we launched a DEX to start with.
Okay.
A decentralized exchange for BRC 2.0 tokens.
Okay.
And the goal was to provide a better experience than Runes and BRC20 trading.
Okay.
So this is the first smart contract powered BRC20 DEX.
Love it. What's it called?
You don't need it's on bestinslot.xyz.
Okay.
You select the BRC 2.0 tokens. Yeah, like best in slot, we'll have a lot of new features coming up. And the trading feature is coming up.
Which is different than Coin Cooker.
Yes. So wait, let me finish with the the BRC 20, the new BRC 20 trading experience.
Okay.
So it's an order book product.
Okay.
There are partial fills. So you don't select the inscriptions to buy or select the lots of runes to buy. You just say buy 100 and it just fills. When you sell, you don't split UTXOs. You don't inscribe transfer inscriptions. You just say sell 100. And
do you have to do it in batches of 100 or 50 or whatever?
No,
you just write whatever number
you're okay, I want to
You can say, I want 27. Give it to me.
Yes.
Okay.
I can list 100 and you can buy 25 of it.
It's amazing.
Okay. I mean, it's crazy. That,
it's just so different.
In the Bitcoin world,
it's crazy that that's so amazing. I know this is a low bar, but when I remember, this is, we're fixing, these were the core problems with trading, BRC20s, everything. Yeah.
And then there are people demand a good trading experience, and it's coming in the sense that now that we have this programmable BRC 2.0, we can have these sequencer powered applications that are still trustless and decentralized, in the sense that it's probably can't steal users' money. If it goes down, users don't get locked up. There are all these roll-up architectures and other stuff that people came up with in the last 10 years in the Ethereum world.
Okay.
So now we can use those all battle-tested products and roll-ups and sequencer-powered applications and actually have really good experiences on Bitcoin, circumventing the 10-minute block time.
UX is the driving force of your product, of your product visioning, right? It's just
the version 1 is still a little bit clunky, but we have a lot of surprises coming up for the BizDex.
Okay, BizDex.
Yeah, it's the BIS DEX.
Great. I love it. Everyone's going to see BIS, your logo, right in the corner of this video also. So you know who this is. Okay. All right. Continue.
And then we soft launch Coin Cooker.
Okay.
It's a passion projects that we wanted to do 3 years ago.
Okay.
On Ethereum.
On Ethereum.
But
okay.
we like when we went on with the Ordinals, we put it aside.
Okay.
So now is the time to bring it back.
Okay. So what is a coin cooker?
A coin cooker is a like an advanced launchpad for people to do complex launches themselves permissionlessly
and meaningfully, because this is something you talk about a lot in your personal comms, not necessarily like beyond meme coins.
Yes,
correct.
That's what I've been saying.
Yes,
it's time to go beyond Bitcoin meme coins.
It's not a fun pump thing.
No. It's like it's called coin cooker. We have these recipes. There's like a DAO recipe, for example, because it's a very complex product.
Right.
You can say like, okay, 10% to treasury vested for this many Bitcoin
So you
blocks.
kind of teach people in the interface how to build like core things that they might be interested in building. DAOs, yes. RWA, like whatever.
Airdrop module, ordinal staking module.
Interesting.
Like vesting. You can like do lots, like 5% airdrop to these collections. 10% for the team vested over like 1,000 Bitcoin blocks.
That's so cool. And you help people who maybe couldn't do this on their own.
Yeah. We've been helping many teams to launch their tokens also.
You make it easy for people to launch whatever they want to launch.
And the other side, like this permissionless launch features will come in around in a month. But right now we're focusing on helping teams that actually has a product. Like a team that is willing to do something.
Yeah.
So we have a permissioned launchpad right now in which we talk to those teams. We KYC the teams. Some of these teams are Solana teams. Some of these teams are Base teams.
And this is like a deeper way to interact with you and support ecosystem. This is like more of an ecosystem, like it's like more of an incubation style of working with teams.
I wouldn't say incubation, but like we're becoming business partners, basically.
That's what Citria is calling incubation, basically. That's sort of what I'm thinking about. I was talking with Orkin the other day, and he was like, oh, these are our incubator teams. And I was like, what does that mean? Do you give them grant money? And he's like, no, but we support them in a formal way. And we have like an NDA with them, and we are, we work with them in like a formalized way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
and it's like invite only. It's like, right, like you have to like,
we basically look for like if the team is willing to do the grind.
Right. Right.
We can understand there are like red flags sometimes,
Right.
Like,
you're not going to work with everyone.
Yeah. Exactly. Because we want to launch
good products
with quality tokens
and good people
that are investable, not just by degens, but also from DCs,
right?
Liquid funds,
right?
Like people who can bring in more money,
right?
Because look, this is something I've been talking with like our circles right now. The Bitcoin native asset market cap right now is around 2 billion.
The whole Bitcoin native asset space right now.
Ordinals, BRC20.
Okay, interesting.
Like 2 to 3 billion.
Yeah, let's call it that.
It pumped to around 15 billion.
At its peak.
Okay. And then it went down to like 3 billion. Okay. So it was the first cycle.
Right.
It's like a...
Right.
Let's batch it up as like Ordinals, Runes, BRC20. It was the first cycle.
Right.
And it hit only 15 billion.
Right.
It's significant regarding the user experience.
And
so right now, the bigger narrative is like this number on Ethereum is around 350 billion. Okay. On Solana, it's around 150 billion.
So lots of room to grow for us if we get the UX situation under control. Is that sort of the idea here? Like if we can,
I think we
passed
that point.
UX,
it's happening. It's going to happen.
It's happening.
It's going to happen.
Yeah. It's happening.
We were talking about, it's happening right now because we were talking about the consumer products. For example, there are 5 different swap teams that are like building their products.
Right.
There are 3 or 5 different social fi products that they see Bitcoin as like a opportunity because it's blue ocean right now.
Right. Yeah.
Like one team, there's like they were literally gonna launch on Base, but they decided they're like a VC funded 10 people company. They're like, we've been talking and they're like, okay, we're going to launch on BRC2.0 because they see the potential.
Yeah.
You launch on Base, you launch on Ethereum, you have like a bunch of competitors.
Yeah. No, exactly. There's like a real economic, like it is
being
like,
early.
Yeah, exactly. Like this is a moment to speculate on something that's going to grow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's Bitcoin. It's not like a whatever chain.
Right. It's not going anywhere.
It's programmed.
Right.
It's gonna happen. I'm like,
no, 100%.
Yeah, I'm willing to ride this wave.
I'll take
this
bet. I'll take this bet. Yeah, exactly. It makes sense as a bet.
We're talking about a $2 billion asset class that has potential to go to like 200 billion
in the next cycle.
In this cycle.
Yeah.
Damn.
Wow.
There's a lot of collections that they're doing their tokens.
Yeah.
So this is not just like we just released the meme coin and then whatever happens.
Right.
But they're for example, the Ordinals team.
Right.
They have been they have a team, like they're serious about it.
Right.
They've been hustling very much.
Yeah.
So we just did their TGE yesterday.
Okay.
For example.
Yep.
It's the first smart contract airdrop on Bitcoin.
Cool.
I want to talk about this. We airdrop.
What's it called?
Acorns token.
Okay.
Yeah. It sounds like
Acorns token. Okay.
Yeah. It's like currently it's trading at around 10 million market cap.
Okay. All right.
Anyways.
Yeah.
So but I want to underline something.
Yeah.
We airdropped to 6,000 wallets the Acorns tokens.
Yeah.
The cost was $50. It's the first smart contract airdrop. It's one single inscription that sits on Bitcoin, but the indexer handles everything.
Because I was going to say every other Ordinals or BRC20 or Runes drop that's ever happened has been like thousands and thousands of dollars. You can't do airdrops for less than $1,000.
It's airdrop season. You're going to see it's going to rain so many tokens because we're going to enable it through coin
token. It's just free to airdrop these things now.
Yeah, let it rain.
God, let it rain. Oh my
gosh. That's what I enjoy a lot.
Wait, has there been any? So that was the first one was yesterday.
Yes.
Acorns.
Yeah. Now we have 10 others coming in the next 2 weeks.
And then there were also people who were kind of just minting out, whatever. Because the initial round, these were 6-ticker only, right?
Yeah.
So for instance, Ordi or previous BRC20 tokens will become also programmable, but aren't yet.
Yes.
At the moment of this recording. Yes. So people are also minting out these 6-ticker tokens, I imagine.
Yeah,
people are memeing
there's
still.
so many nice 6-tickers.
There's some memeing happening.
Yeah, potato is minting out.
Potato is minting out right now, you guys. Somebody told me to get Isabel. I hope somebody snags it for me because there's no way that I'm going to have time to get it this week. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is also a good moment to maybe just cover really quickly before we kind of wrap here, because I think this is important. Choosing EVM versus another VM like Wasm, which is what Alkins uses or whatever, was, I remember debates about this amongst many of the teams. And by the way, not just in the meta protocol space, even in the L2 space, there's debate about this. And this is a contentious conversation or very specific architectural choice that even the L2 execution layers are making. My impression from speaking to you, and you can tell me if you agree with this or add what you want, is that the choice of using EVM was really driven by the fact that you wanted to make this usable by as many developers as possible, right? And that the sort of product-driven experience for developers and builders was really the thing that made sense. And there's more that we can add to that story about why use an EVM. But I think that this is, for me, this was a critical, as a dumb maxi in my past and still a little bit of a dumb maxi, this was a critical thing to understand, was that I was why are you going to put EVM on Bitcoin? I don't understand. It's bad for the brand, blah, blah, blah. It's because it fucking works. And because it makes practical, usable sense for thousands and thousands of builders. Do you want to touch on that?
Yes. So in one space, people were discussing it and I got angry. I'm like, do you want apps tomorrow? Or you want to wait another 3 years?
Right.
That's one thing.
That's one thing.
There is a lot of
you can copy pasta the EVM apps right over BRC20 right now.
For example, the ENS naming on Ethereum.
Right.
Yeah, an Ethereum developer can do it in a 1 weekend.
Right. Let it rain.
Yeah,
let it rain.
I'm speaking at a Ethereum developer conference 2 days later, and it's like, hey, you can build your apps on Bitcoin now. As
right, we're going to go speak at ETH Istanbul, and maybe they're going to be building on BRC20 literally on Saturday.
Yeah, it can happen.
Easy, easy.
Exactly. We can have like this explosion of applications on Bitcoin. It's not that cheap, like the
it's
mining
not as
fees.
cheap. It's not as cheap. Yeah.
It depends. So there are beautiful emergent properties of BRC 2.0 having EVM on Bitcoin with 10
like
minute
this
block
airdrop
times.
For
example, in 10 minutes block time, let's say in 10 minutes, 10 human minutes,
right?
You can do 50 times more computation than we can do on Ethereum because how the indexing.
Because that's cheap. Because the indexer is cheap. It's just the mining that's not cheap, basically.
Yes, it's like you can execute very, very complex transactions for very, very cheap. Like it could, for example, like this, the airdrop, for example, it costs much more to do that on like Ethereum, because of like gas cost, But here, because it's about like when you have 12-second block times, you need to have like a 1 second indexing time on Ethereum. So that's where the gas limits comes from.
I see. And that's computational.
But on Bitcoin, it's like every 10 minutes.
Right.
So you can have 20-second indexing time. And 20-second indexing time, then you can have huge gas limits.
So this is actually pros and cons to speed, right? Because like one of the things that people kind of rightly mention about programmable meta protocols is that you still have to deal with 10-minute settlement. So it's not maybe great for like super high frequency trading. But this is a trade-off, really, because you also get this potential fee optimization as a result.
You can do more computations.
For less money.
For less money.
Yeah.
And this also opens the door, like, okay, Ordinals opens a door, and then BRC20 comes, and then BRC20 opens a door.
New paintbrushes.
Now BRC 2.0 comes. Now we can have like a new breed of layer 2s will start popping up for Bitcoin, because majority of the layer 2s are not Bitcoin layer 2s. They don't inherit the Bitcoin security. I'm not talking about the BitVM ones.
No, I understand.
I'm talking about the multi-sig
side
ones.
chains. The side chains with the multi-sigs,
Yes, like multi-sig chains, it's not gonna work. That's like, anyway.
It's trusted, it's a custody.
I'm like, I don't want to do anything multi-sig.
No, ditto. Yeah. But what are you saying?
But with BRC 2.0, you can actually use rollups. Like on Ethereum, you have Arbitrum, Optimism, like these rollups.
Yeah.
You can have now rollups for BRC20s.
Like you mean you could create rollups into the indexer. The indexer
No.
L2?
No. The indexer is the indexer. It's done. It makes
so
it work.
What's the rollup?
You basically inscribe smart contracts, deploy smart contracts.
Okay.
That enables the creation of these layer 2s, the rollups.
Oh, you can basically inscribe bridging transactions essentially, as opposed to instead of having multi-sigs.
No multi-sigs.
Right, but you essentially you use inscriptions as to there
are many different ways to do it.
You would use inscriptions to secure a bridging transaction.
Yeah, we're gonna launch another.
You should do that.
Yeah.
Are you gonna do this?
We already started 3 months.
Okay, this is brilliant because the L2 people are gonna be. I've not heard that.
It's a new breed of L2s for Bitcoin.
Okay. This is like gonna be a whole episode in 6 months or 8 months.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. But I wanna like underline, we're not claiming we're scaling Bitcoin. Okay.
Right. You're scaling Bitcoin native assets.
Like this is a scaling solution for BRC20s.
This is
only BRC20s and BRC 2.0s.
Right. This scales native assets. It does not scale spot. Critical disclaimer. But still very important and cool.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
because you still have Bitcoin security on these things, right? I mean, it's awesome.
Yes, there will be more debate around that.
Sure.
The only point
or like a version
the indexer,
right?
Okay,
the indexer
what about
is the trust spot. The point of trust would be the indexer. But I mean, for me, like that is a substantially better trust model than a multi-sig, for instance.
It doesn't even have to be call it like a trust model. It's up for debate.
It's up for debate.
I would love to talk, but
well,
it's early days. Like
we'll see.
Not many people can talk in depth about this stuff yet.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. This is so fun, Binari. I'm so glad we did this. It's such an exciting energy this week. It couldn't be the perfect time. This was all so I'm in Turkey. The BRC 2.0 launched like Monday. Like, this is just really special. And you guys are like such an important team in my life personally. And you guys mean so much to me personally. So thank you so much.
We've gone through many things
We've
together.
been through a lot together. So thank you so much for being here. And yeah, we'll talk more soon. We'll get the latest update.